Now tonight that chair is occupied, figuratively speaking, I wish it was only literally true, figuratively speaking, by the Saudi Arabian blogger Raif Badawi. Mr. Badawi will also be the recipient of this year's PEN Canada's One Humanity Award. That award, the One Humanity Award, is given to writers whose work transcends national divides and inspires connections across cultures. It acknowledges the author's honesty, good judgment, and courageous commitment to the peaceful expression of ideas.
Tonight, we honor the jailed Saudi Arabian blogger Raif Badawi. Mr. Badawi was arrested in Jeddah on June 17, 2012, after organizing a conference to mark, quote, a day of liberalism. On July 29, 2013, a court in Jeddah sentenced him to 7 years in prison and 600 lashes after finding him guilty under Saudi Arabia's anti-cybercrime law of founding a liberal website, adopting liberal thought, and for insulting Islam. The Liberal Saudi Network, an online forum created by Mr. Badawi to foster political and social debate in Saudi Arabia, was ordered closed by the judge. Despite a successful appeal which led to the review of his case, on May 7th of this year, Jeddah's criminal court sentenced Mr. Badawi to 10 years in prison, 1,000 lashes, and a fine of 1 million Saudi riyals, equivalent of about $300,000. When he appeared in court to collect a written account of the verdict, Mr. Badawi discovered that new penalties had been added: a 10-year travel ban and 10-year ban from participating in visual, electronic, and written media, both to be applied following his release. Last month, the Secular Center for Inquiry reported that a Saudi appeals court had confirmed the sentence against Mr. Badawi, and it said that the lashes will be administered 50 at a time in public every week after Friday prayers. Raif Badawi does not belong in prison, and I sincerely hope that the Saudi Arabian authorities will act quickly to spare him from the degradation of a public flogging. Like other writers who have won this prize, he deserves freedom and the enduring respect of his peers for the extraordinary courage with which he has defended freedom of expression in Saudi Arabia. I would now like to invite Alishba Zarmeen to receive the award on behalf of Raif Badawi.
Respected guests and patrons of PEN Canada, good evening. My name is Alishba Zarmeen, and I'm incredibly thankful to have the honor of receiving this award on behalf of Raif Badawi and his family. Since the beginning of human societies, we have seen injustice and violence justified in the name of nationalism and religious duty. Countless innocent men, women, and children have been victims of torture and genocide because of our poor understanding of human rights and civil liberties. Before the advent of modern science, human beings had resorted to the tactics of dehumanizing the other simply because of a different skin color or a spoken language. Today, we live in a modern scientific era where we have seen the universe beyond our solar system, where racism, sexism, and censorship are not acceptable norms, but taboos which have no place in a civilized society. Alas, not every citizen of this planet knows the joy of having equal opportunities and freedom of thought and expression. Raif Badawi is one such victim of gross injustices and a prisoner of conscience, suffering from blatant violation of human rights. He is imprisoned and subjected to 1,000 lashes for merely writing an article and having an opinion about the world that he lives in. Raif Badawi is a father of 3 young children and a loving husband of Insaf Heather. His wife's name literally translates into justice. She is spending her days in Quebec fighting the injustices her husband is a victim of. Raif is a friend and a brother in humanity who wants nothing more than to make this planet a better place for its inhabitants. And he is not alone in this fight. We stand with him and support him. Raif's sister, Summer Badawi, is also a dedicated human rights activist fighting for women's equality in Saudi Arabia, and is trying to free her lawyer husband, Walid Abul Khair, from the same injustice her brother is being subjected to. I want to take this opportunity to call upon the Saudi authorities to take a moment and seriously reflect on how it wants to be seen as a country in the international community. Does Saudi Arabia want to be a country which is admired for its cultural gifts and seen as a symbol of tolerance, which it claims the Islamic religion preaches? Or does it wish to continue to serve as a reminder of outdated legislations and an example of a dystopia which refuses to accept humanity, compassion, freedom, and reason as the fundamentals of a society? It is time for Saudi authorities to decide if they really want to treat Raif, his family, and others like him in the same inhumane way the Quraysh tribe of Mecca treated Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. I will close my statement with a message from Raif Badawi. We want life for those who wish death to us, and we want rationality for those who want ignorance for us. Thank you.